Okay, last little bit of our extension material for indices. I just want to talk about this. If I say this, negative 2 squared. So I'm asking what is negative 2 times negative 2? So we get 4. Then we say what is negative 2 to the 3? So what's negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4, times negative 2, which is negative 8? Then we say what is negative 2 to the 4? So we get 16. Then we say what's negative 2 to the 5? We end up with negative 32. What's negative 2 to the 6? Okay, we end up with 64. Negative 2 to the 7, negative 128. Negative 2 to the 8. And we end up with 256. And finally one more, negative 2 to the 9, negative 512. Now, can you see a pattern start to emerge here? Yes, we can. We can see that if it's a positive indice, if it's an even number, we end up with a positive indice. Not positive indice, positive answer. Okay, whereas here, if it's an odd number, the answer is negative. All right, but it's vital that you realise that in this case here, if I look at this question here, if I go this, negative 2 squared, and I don't use brackets, I'm going to end up with negative 4. Okay, and if I go negative 2 without brackets cubed, I'm going to end up with negative 8. In fact, they're always going to be negative, because in this case here, if I was 2, I'd square myself and then I make myself negative. Whereas this one here is saying what's negative 2 times negative 2, because the negative is in the brackets. So just be really careful about that. Now, so what we're thinking about is what can we do with this? Well, if, say for example, I've got a question like this. Okay, so if I go negative x to the 5 to the 4. Okay, so now this means I've got negative times a negative times a, so I've got negative times a negative times a negative times a negative. Okay, so my answer is going to be positive x to the 20. Okay, whereas if I go like this, negative x to the 5, this time to the 5, now I'm going to get, I've got negative to the power of 5, so this is going to give me negative x to the 25. Can you see the difference here? Let's go with another one. Negative x to the 4 to the 5. See, can you see these two are very similar? But now what we've got here is we've got negative to an odd number. So now this is going to give me negative x to the 20. Okay, let's try another. Negative x to the 6 to the 3. So now this is going to give me negative x to the 18. Because it's negative, odd number, so the answer is going to be negative to the 18. Let's try another one. Negative x to the 3 to the 6. So I've got even number, so I'm going to end up with x to the 18. Clear? It's very challenging, is this? Yeah, very challenging indeed. Okay, so just be really vigilant on this sort of question. Okay,